Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I've decided to do a makeup tutorial using everyday products that you can purchase from the chemist or the drugstore, and these are the products that I use every day for like a natural or no makeup look. I will say that this tutorial is not sponsored by anyone. These are my own products that I use daily. I'm certainly not recommending them in any way, shape or form. They work for me and my skin tone. If you hear noise going on in the background, I've decided to do this tutorial a bit later at night, and so the people moving around in the house, so take it as a bit of background noise, as you probably just heard. So I start my makeup by cleansing and moisturising my skin, so clean face, and the next thing that I do is I add a primer to my skin. You may not need to do this. I find that it works well and it holds my makeup well and it doesn't slide over my face, especially in these areas where I tend to be a little bit drier. And as you can see, I'm quite red-faced, or rosacea is the technical term, so I find that it's easier to cover up. So I use L'Oreal Lumi Magique. I don't know if you can see that there. I like this product. I just use my hand like a palette, so I squirt a bit on my hand and then I just dab where I want a little bit of illumination on my face. So as you know, your face is quite curved, and where shadows form can make your face look wider than it actually is. So I use this stuff. So basically, on my nose, on my cheeks, chin, forehead, and I just rub it in like that. So all done. So you can even see just with the camera how it illuminates the area. So it helps, and it doesn't give it a shiny look. It gives it like a dew, so fresh look. So next I use another L'Oreal product, and this is the Lumi Magique foundation in, what colour is it? K2, which is like a light beige, about 1.5 pumps for me. And I use a Real Techniques brush. If you saw my tutorial on how to wash your brushes, I don't think I washed that one in this, but anyway, sorry, we digress. So all I do is I put some on the end of my brush like so, and I dab it in. And the idea of dabbing it is that you're pressing it into your skin. If you swipe, all you're doing is swishing it across and you won't get an even coverage. I like to use a foundation that gives quite a full coverage to help cover up the red. If you're using something that's not as full coverage, you could probably use a beauty blender or even your fingers. But this one, I find a brush is suited best. Don't forget your eyes. Your eyes are very important. If you're doing your makeup for a special occasion, then you would probably do your eyes first and then the rest of your face. But with an everyday look, I just do the whole face like this. So don't forget to do under your chin and even your ears, because as you can see, you get a bit of shadow there, so, and around your hairline as well. If you find that you have trouble getting your makeup even when you first get your makeup out, splodge it on your face and blend it out from there, especially if you're new to using makeup for those young girls. And don't forget under your nose as well, because quite often you see a photo of yourself and you think, oh my goodness, what happened there? Okay, so there we go. So that's quite even, as you can see. So next is concealer. Concealer is my friend. As you can see, I've got quite dark lines under my eyes. I use the Fit Me concealer by Maybelline, and that's in the light beige. And it comes out as a wand like so. And what I do is I dab under my eyes, and then I create a V like this. And the reason why I do that is, as I said before, your face is not flat, and because I've got quite large cheeks, I find that I get a bit of shadow here. So wherever I tend to get a lot of shadow, I add concealer. So under my nose, because as you can still hear from my voice, I'm still a bit got a bit of a cold happening. So anywhere else that you want to dab your concealer that you may need it, I like to do a little bit here because I get a bit red. Now you can either use your finger. I use one of these. These are called a beauty blender. It's damp, so I've just moistened that. Is that word again? Okay, and I like a beauty blender opposed to a brush for my concealer because it has this pointy end and I can get it in where it really does shadow badly. So all I do is I press it in like so. Just make sure you get in here, because that in the eye, in there, just press it in like so, blend it out. Bend it down to your cheeks if you have to. Don't forget your nose. Blend it up a bit so that it makes the other one. And just dab, 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 dab. And then it just blends it out like so. So there you go. So you can't see it anymore. Like that. Okay. So there you go. Okay, so next thing that we do is that we set our foundation and our concealer. There's two ways of doing that. You can use a highlighter to do it, or you can use a powder. I use a loose powder. This is Maybelline, what's it called? Sorry, I'm not very organised, am I? Shinefree. So this is a loose powder. I use a loose powder because I can dot it on. If you use a pressed powder, you can sometimes swipe and move your makeup. So using a loose powder is a better thing. Now this is good. It comes with its own little powder puff like this. All I do, upside down, give it a bit of a tap, and then I just dab it on where you're most likely to touch your face. So if you tend to be a bit of a nose rubber, or you're going somewhere where you're going to be eating or drinking, so you concentrate your powder on where you're most likely to touch your face, and that'll stop your makeup from moving. I don't worry too much about my eyelids at this stage. I'm about to go and do that again. I'll show you. But just make sure you've got it everywhere and it's nice and even. I wear glasses, as you know, so I often do under my eyelid like this. So once I've done the powder, I go back with my concealer and I use the concealer on my eyelids because I have quite veiny eyelids. But also you get creases, and as you get older your lids become more hooded. So this just helps set your lids for a better base for your eyeshadow so that it doesn't crease and fall off. And all I do to blend this is I use my finger. You could use a beauty blender if you wanted to. I don't feel that it's necessary. Do both fingers just to speed things up a bit. Okay. Like so. And now that I've done that, just with my powder, just a quick press like that, and then we're done for that process. The next thing is a bit of colour. So I use Revlon Colorstay, this palette, which is the chalk palette, and I don't use all of these colours. We're doing a no makeup look. So with a large flat makeup brush, I take the lightest colour in the palette and I dab it on. Now with eyeshadow, when you're using a flat brush, it's very hard to sweep it across because of the bristles are quite hard and firm, and you don't get the effect you need. So I do that, and I do it all over the lid. So in essence, you know, you're using this colour to help set your eyes. Okay, so next one I use is the smaller flat brush like this, and I'm using the lighter colour of the browns, and I'm going to give my eyes a little bit of definition, not too much, because as I said, we're going for a no makeup look. Do you find that when you put makeup on your eyelids, you get the mouth? Is that just me? It's so unflattering. You got this gob open. And every time I try and do it, like I try and do it now and not do it, and all of a sudden it's like a natural, I don't know. It's ridiculous. Okay, so once I add that colour, then I take a round brush like this, and I'm going to blend. And the way I do that is a windscreen wiper motion like this with my brush across the lid. And what I'm doing is I'm just rubbing the colour across the lid. I don't want to sort of go any further than here. And the idea of doing this is that you are lightening and you're adding depth to your eye without... Oh, there goes my mouth again. It's ridiculous. And then I use the little one, so just brush off any dark colour, and I just get the light colour again, and then I just add it to the corner of my eye, the inner corner, like so, and there's my lids. Last thing to do is I use a pencil. I don't like using a liquid liner because when I use a liquid liner it looks like a 3-year-old's done my makeup, so I am a bit old school and I use a pen or a pencil. The other thing is I find that it's very difficult to find a liquid liner in brown. I don't like using black to line my eyes. I think it's because my skin is too fair. So I use a Maybelline Line Express in brown. The other reason why I really like this one is it's got this rubbery thingy, silicone thingy that I use to smudge the line. Now I'll show you why, what I'm talking about. So when I just draw along the lash line, just a light, but see, look, oh look, my son's done my makeup. See what I mean? I'm just not very good at it at all. So. And then I use this smudgy thing, and then I just smudge it out. And this is good if you're not planning on wearing false eyelashes. It gives your eyelashes depth. But it's also good for that no makeup look, and all of a sudden it just adds definition to your eye. Next is my brows. I hate doing my brows. I really do. I'm actually thinking of getting my eyebrows like tinted or even tattooed because I just hate doing them. I mean, they're almost non-existent, as you can see, because of my red hair. They blend into my skin. So I'll show you quickly how I do them. So I use an Australis in, what colour is this? Blonde, naturally. Now one thing I have to come a bit closer. One thing to remember about when you're doing your brows is that when you finish your brow, it should be on an angle so that your nose, the tip of your eye, that line is followed, so that your face, your eyebrows are asymmetrical to your face, and the same thing here, like that, so like that, and like that. So that's one thing to remember. Okay, what what I might do is do my brows and then come back because I'm going to need a big mirror. So the magic of YouTube, I'll come back and with brows on. One moment. Okay, ta-da! Brows done. If you really want to see a really good brow tutorial, check out Jacqueline Hill on YouTube. She does a great brow tutorial. Yeah, you don't even want to see what I do. Just hopeless. Okay, so now we've done our brows. The next thing I'm going to do is add a bit of definition to my face. And I do that via some contour. I use Australis contour kit, and this is a good one because this is contour and highlighting in the one palette. So let me show you that. This one here is a yellow colour. The yellow colour is fantastic if you want to set your under eye concealer. Oh, look at that hair. So if you're doing something special and you want to set your powder underneath, this is perfect. But today I'm just doing a bit of contouring. I don't do a lot of contouring, but I find, because as you can see my face is quite round, a little bit of contour works. So I'm going to use this middle colour, just a bit of a dab in that. And then what I'm doing is from the top of my ear here down to about where my eye sort of starts, is I just with my brush like that. Now, if you make a lovely duck face, you'll follow the natural curve of your face. So a little dab here. Like so. Okay, tap that off. And then once I've done that, I just blend it a bit in my cheeks. Otherwise, you get sort of like a, I don't know, a Grace Jones look. Otherwise. Now there was a woman who knew how to contour. Okay, so as you can see, just adds a bit of definition to your cheeks. Okay, so next is blush, and I use a L'Oreal Le Blush. I love this colour. It's so, actually you can't see with the silver. Let me try this. Such a pretty colour. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Especially if you've got a rosy or peaches and cream complexion, it's really nice. So I dab the brush, and I like a nice big fluffy brush for my blush, and then you smile, and you want to get it on the apples and then sweep up so that it's in line with your contour. Just like that. And then do something that's quite old-fashioned with what's left on my brush. Sweep across my forehead, down my nose and across my chin. And the reason why I do that is it adds just a tiny bit of sparkle to those areas. Because remembering, we're going for a no-look, natural-looking makeup. So next thing I do is my eyelashes. Now, as you can see, my eyelashes are almost non-existent. My husband and my daughter have these absolutely gorgeous eyelashes. My daughter closes her eyes, and I am not kidding when I say her eyelashes are halfway down her cheeks. They are just brilliant. So what I use, because I wasn't blessed with such beautiful eyelashes, I have to fake it, and I'll never make it. So I use the L'Oreal, and I know it sounds like I've been using a lot of L'Oreal products, but it's just the way it is. This is the double extension renewal serum mascara, as you can see, and this is really good because we have on this side the serum, and then on this side the mascara. And what the serum does is it builds your eyelashes up. Okay, so one thing I will talk about with your mascara, because mascara is the one thing that you will repurchase out of all the things more often than you use. If you do this because you're thinking that you're getting more product on your wand. You're not. All you're doing is letting air into your mascara and drying it out quicker, having to replace it more often. If you feel the need to feel like you're getting more product on your brush, do this. Turn it. You're more likely to get it on anyway. So there's just a handy hint. So as you can see, it's just a normal spoolie wand. Let me get my hair out of the way, and then all I do is apply it just like a normal mascara on the ends, and it builds it up. Now I don't use, when I'm doing a natural makeup look, I don't use mascara on my bottom lids. I don't use anything on my bottom lid. If you wanted to add a bit of colour to your waterline, you could probably use the pencil. But because I'm so fair, if I'm looking for a natural look, I don't need to do that. Okay, so now I've done that, I add the black. And then you just apply this as normal. So just waving it back and forth, up and down, as normal. The good thing about this is because the serum's white, you can see if you've missed anything. I really do like this one. I'm hoping they've still got it actually. I hadn't, last time I went and did a bit of a shop, I didn't see it. Okay, so there's the eyebrows done. Eyelashes. Okay, last thing to do is the lippies. Now, I do something that most professional makeup artists will probably shriek and say, oh no, she did not. But yeah, I do. And I'll explain why. So first of all, I use a lip paint. So this is the Revlon. You gotta print loud, you gotta print bigger, guys. Okay, so this is Ultra HD Lip Laqquer 520 in pink sapphire, is that? Have a look how small that is. Now to give you an idea of how small it is, I don't even have something that, okay, yeah. Here's the tip of the pencil. Here is the writing. Yeah, how small is that? Revlon, get your act together, guys. Most of the people that are using this, they need to see it. So I'm sure that is pink sapphire. Okay, so what I do is I paint it on like natural. Look how pretty that colour is. Just like, oh, I sound like a ventriloquist, don't you? Hello. That's ridiculous. Sorry, guys. That's silly. Okay, so I paint it on like so. Bit of a smudge. So normally everyone would go, oh, that's fine. But this is where I get a bit cheeky. I use, on top of it, is a lip butter. And the reason why I do this is, one, my lips are very dry and I find that the lacquer will go like gooey and then dry, crack. It's not a very good look. So this acts almost like a barrier cream, for want of a better word. So all I do is I rub a bit on my finger, like so, and then I just rub back and forward. Now I know you can get tinted lip glosses and lip stuff, lip balms, but I have product. I'm not going to throw it away if I can, you know, improvise, overcome and adapt. That's what I'm good at. So there you have it, guys. Oh, put my glasses on, look at that, take that out. So there you have it, guys. natural looking, no makeup look for those that requested it. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial today. I must admit, I feel a bit like a fish out of water doing this one. My thing's food, not beauty, but anyway. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and got a bit out of it. Please feel free to give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe. I welcome any comments, though I do prefer positive comments opposed to negative. If you have any questions about the products that I used, I will place the products in the information bar down below in the information section of this video, so that if you wanted to try something yourself, you're most welcome to. Yeah, so have a good week, guys, and above all, have a good one. See you. I think it's time for a haircut. It's getting a bit long and draggy. And we'll have to do.